For a gal on the loose, I got a whole lot of loving just awaiting.
Hello everybody. Today I am doing a pinup makeup tutorial using all Drugstore brands. A lot of you guys have asked me to do a video like this, and I know that most of you gals are working on a low budget, and so I'm trying to do something that will still make you feel beautiful but not break the bank. So I hope that you guys like this, and I hope that maybe you have some of these products already in your arsenal and they will, and this tutorial will be useful using them. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my True Match foundation and then just a little round sponge, and I'm just going to sponge that all over my face.
Well, I saw you last night.
Then I'm going to take the same True Match in their concealer. If you guys want to know what colors I use, I do W2 for the foundation, and I do the light W for the concealer. And then I just take a little bit of this and I put it on my hand, and then I use it from my hand. That way I feel it's a little bit more hygienic, and you're not getting, like if you apply it straight to your face and then you don't get back in there, you're getting all of the bacteria from your face right on your applicator. So I'm just going to take that, get a little bit on your finger, and then dab it over your blemishes.
Yes, I saw you last night.
I like to use my finger for concealer because I feel like the heat of my finger blends it better than a brush does. And you can kind of just dab it in the center and then blend out from there. Now I'm going to take my CoverGirl concealer. You can use this concealer for your under eye. I tend to use these because I have kind of dark circles under my eyes, so they just cover the circles a little bit better than the liquid, but it just really depends on your skin. And I'm going to apply this straight to my under eye area. And also I apply it above my eyebrow, and I use it as kind of a shadow primer. And then you're just going to blend that with your finger as well. Now I'm going to take my third True Match product, and this is my powder. I really love True Match. I feel like it's the most bang for your buck if you're doing drugstore products. I feel like it's really hard to match my face because I'm really fair, but I also have freckles. So I feel like True Match does a really good job of blending everything, and it all matches my skin, and it's light enough. So you're just going to take a little bit of that powder, and you're going to set your concealer that's on your eyelid and underneath, and you can just kind of rub out any of the lines that have set. And then I just dot on my T-zone just to get the oil away. And then I take a powder brush and then just kind of go over the rest. I don't cover my entire face with the powder using the sponge because I feel like it gets a little too cakey, and I still like for my skin to be a little bit glowy. So now I'm going to take this new eyeshadow palette by Revlon. As you can tell, it says it's new, Nouveau. I guess they just came out with it, but it's a perfect palette because it has all 4 colors that you're going to need. I'm actually not going to use this green today, but the other 3 colors I will use. So it comes with its own nifty little applicator, and I'm going to take this white color and I'm just going to cover the inner crease of my eye.
Treasure, a pretty baby.
Now I find that drugstore shadows are almost just as good as their expensive counterparts. The only difference is that you have to layer a little bit more because they tend to be just a little bit less pigmented. And then put it under your brow crease as well. Now I'm just going to take this cheap brush. I think I just got this at CVS. It's kind of a no-name brush. And if you don't have a fancy brush set, all you really need is one good bushy brush for your eyeshadow. And I'm going to take this copper kind of color, and I'm just going to put it into my crease and blend into the white. Now you're going to take that darker brown color, and you're just going to cut your crease with it. Now, like I said, with the cheaper shadows and also with the cheaper brushes, it just takes a little bit more blending and more application, but you can still get there. So once the brown is done, if you want to go back through and add a little bit more white on top, you can. Sometimes with all the blending, it kind of mutes the white that you've put down, and you want to make sure that the inner rim of your eye is really bright, because that's what's going to make your eyes pop when you put those fake lashes on. So once the shadow is done, I'm going to do brows, and I'm just using this super cheap Wet n Wild pencil. I don't even think it has what it is on it anymore. And I'm just gonna lay a little bit of it down to get some of that color on my brow. Because I'm using a brown shadow, this is gonna give me a little bit more red to match my hair. Now I'm gonna take that same palette that I used my eyeshadow, and I'm gonna do a mix of this copper and this brown. You can do just the copper or just the brown. It's just for my hair, I'm trying to match the color.
A pretty baby is a love I could never grow cold.
The other benefit to using a pencil and a powder is that the powder will actually help to set that pencil. So it will actually last longer than just using a pencil alone. Once your brows are done, I'm going to take this Wet n Wild, pardon it's pretty messy, but it's another cheap blush, and I actually use this a lot for my everyday vintage pinup things as well. But you're just going to put it on the apples of your cheeks. And I actually find that Wet n Wild's blushes are really pretty pigmented, so I use these more than I use any other kind of blush. And I love that they're really cheap. And then, if you want some pretty dewy skin, I'm using this Lunar Energy by Maybelline. I think it's actually discontinued, but there's all kinds of drugstore brands that are making highlighters these days. And just put it on the cheekbones, just right above the cheekbones. So I had some technical difficulties, and I realized as I was almost finished with my eyeliner that I wasn't recording. So anyways, I'm just taking this Almay liquid liner, and I prefer the potted liners, especially if you're doing drugstore brands. Almay makes them, Prestige makes them, Physicians Formula makes them. I like them better than the markers. I feel like they last longer and they're a little bit darker. So basically I'm just applying this like I apply all of my other eyeliner. I will go over and show you what I've just done.
Even though it was only a dream.
Okay, so now I'm going to take my mascara, and this is Lash Blast Fusion. I actually use this sometimes too when I'm doing my regular face, just as a mascara to prime before I put fake lashes on. I don't usually use expensive mascara when I'm putting fake lashes on because I feel like it's kind of a waste since you're not actually seeing your real lashes. But I do still like to have something to kind of anchor your reals to your fakes. And then before you do your bottom mascara, I'm just taking this black pencil liner by Revlon, and I prefer the ones that screw up versus the ones that you have to sharpen. I'm just kind of lazy, I guess, so I don't feel like you need a super sharp point like you do for, you know, an eyebrow pencil. And just apply it to the outer corner of your bottom lashes. Now you can mascara your bottom lashes. So now I am going to apply my lashes. You can see I already have one on, but I use these Demis by Ardell. They're 101. You can get them at any drugstore. You can also order them online. And I use this Duo Lash Adhesive. A lot of these lashes, if you don't buy a lot of them, you can buy them in the pack that comes with the glue, or you can buy the glue separate and the lashes separate. It just depends on how often you're using lashes. So I'm just gonna apply my lashes like I always apply them. So while those dry, I am going to start my lips. So I have two Revlon Color Stay liners. I have the darker and the lighter. The darker I'm going to outline with, and the lighter I'm going to fill in with.
When I saw you last night, pretty baby.
Now I'm going to take my liner and my L'Oreal lipstick. Now I use just a darker matte lipstick to line my lips with, and that kind of defines the outer line of your lips.
It was only a dream, even though it was only a dream.
Then I take my lighter red, which is just a Revlon, and I fill in the rest of my lips. Now you're gonna go back to that wet lash, and you're just gonna put a little bit of mascara on there to kind of glue it to your real lashes. And then with a curler, you're just gonna give it a good little press. Don't do it too hard or you'll crimp your fakes. But that'll press them into your real lashes. So that is my pinup tutorial using everyday drugstore cosmetics. I didn't use anything in here that is over $15. And most of it is under 10. So I hope that that was helpful, and I really do try to use a mix of products. The reason that some of the products I do use are on the pricier side is usually because I am a long wear makeup kind of person, so I will put my makeup on in the morning and then I won't touch it except for maybe to touch up shine or lipstick throughout the day. And I find that more of the products that I do use that are expensive because they last throughout the day, whereas the drugstore makeup tends to break down a little bit. But I do know that you guys are all working on different budgets, so I hope that this was helpful, and let me know what else you want to see, and I will keep trying to use products that are affordable for you guys. Thanks for watching.
Red-headed woman, well, my red